Hello, welcome back to my vlog series. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Olivia, and if you have no idea what I'm doing, I'm introducing you to me through my mediocre painting skills. You may remember from earlier in the series that I said I was a bit of a planner, and so today's painting was actually one that I had planned to be my last painting in the series, but I have just been thinking about this thing a lot this week especially, and it felt ingenuine to not paint it this week. So I hope that you enjoy the painting. I hope that you maybe get to see a new side of me, and I hope that you learn something about me. This morning, my university sent out more information about the May 2021 graduation, and it put this looming event at the very front of my brain. If I'm being totally honest, this upcoming milestone has been on my mind for a while, even more so over the course of the last week. Because of COVID, our graduation has been split up by department, and the different ceremonies are being spread over the course of a weekend. Because of this, I've had to pick between my two majors, dramatic art and advertising, to decide which ceremony I wanted to attend. I was surprised by how challenging of a decision this was. My whole life, I've been determined to work in theater. But about 2 years ago, I realized that there was this other avenue that I could take. And since then, my desire to work in advertising has only grown. Since my goal of working in advertising seems so new, at least comparably, I mean, it's only 2 years old, it really feels like I don't belong at the advertising graduation ceremony. That being said, attending the theater ceremony also feels off. Attending the theater graduation, which is ultimately what I ended up deciding to do, feels like I'm saying goodbye and closing this door not only on college, but also on theater, and that makes this event much more emotional for me than I had initially intended. In addition to all of the decisions I have to make about the one graduation ceremony, I also don't think I realized how much of my senior year second semester was going to be consumed by answering the question, so what are you doing after graduation? And I especially didn't realize how every time I answer the question, it gets harder and harder to say, oh yeah, I'm not really sure yet, or oh, I'm still waiting to hear from a couple things. And while I keep reminding myself that my success is self-defined, I can't help but be scared of not getting a job that helps me to grow, or that gives me the chance to be creative and collaborate. And I keep wondering how I'm gonna view myself if I don't accomplish everything on my lifelong to-do list. And while I understand that these are all really big thoughts that can't necessarily be answered in a day, and while I understand logically that my whole life will not be defined by what happens directly after graduation, I'm still incredibly nervous about what happens after May 16th. Okay, so this video is obviously a little bit more challenging for me to make. And I think that it's mainly just because I am faced right now with so much uncertainty. I am a huge planner, and so being uncertain about little things always makes me uncomfortable, but being uncertain about things like what I'm gonna do after graduation and all of my future makes me a little bit more than uncomfortable. I can hope and I can plan all I want for what I want my life to look like, but ultimately, there's so much of this that's out of my control, and so I'm really learning through this painting, and I think after the painting that I just have to let go. I can only do so much. That being said, this painting also gave me a really awesome opportunity to reflect at my time at UNC and be really grateful for all of the phenomenal experiences I've had and the people that I've met. And like those are the sorts of things that I'm really excited about, because those things don't end on May 16th when I graduate. So, despite the fact that I may cry after this video, I think that it'll be an ultimately really positive experience, because I am really happy with my time at UNC, and I hope that I left it a little bit better than when I found it. I hope that you learned something about me, and I also hope that you join me next week for what hopefully will be a less emotional video. Have a beautiful day.